For his entire life, he did what his eyes told him was good. He did what was right in his own eyes. And if his eyes had been gouged out long before, he would never have ended up in this situation. But they do, and he's caught. And finally, he's gone down to the river one too many times. His riddles have finally caught up with him. His games that he's played, eventually he ends up on the short side of it. And he's stuck. And the saddest part of the story is what we just read in verse 20. Let's go back to that verse 20. When he awoke from his sleep, he thought, I will go out as at other times and shake myself free. But he did not know that the Lord had left him. He didn't know. He didn't know it was all gone. It's like the story that Jesus tells of the prodigal son. The son who disrespects his father, disrespects his family, takes his inheritance, goes off and lives this wild life. And you can imagine him every night. He's out having fun with his friends, and he reaches into his wallet and grabs some money and pays for everything. Night after night. Friends, having fun, he reaches in the wallet, grabs money. Friends, fun, reaches for his wallet, and eventually one night he reaches into his wallet, and there's nothing left. So all of the friends leave, and the fun dries up, because he didn't realize it was gone. Samson didn't realize it was all gone. Now, this story is thousands of years old. And none of us can relate to Samson's Herculean strength. We can't relate to magical powers of hair, but we can all probably relate to it. It was maybe one time too many. You thought everything was just going to be fine. And you just kept doing what you always did. And then finally, you're stuck. Finally, stuck. And you only realize how bad it is. The book of Judges has the Israelites kind of go down this dark, cyclical path, and things just get worse and worse and worse. The judges get worse and worse and worse throughout the book. Ehud, the first judge of the book, was physically limited, but his heart and his character was amazing. And you get the same thing. He's the total opposite. He was physically gifted, but his heart and his character is deeply lacking. And Israel just gets worse and worse and worse. And in some ways, this story of Samson deliver, someone to Hosanna, to deliver them. But at the beginning of the Samson story, something changes in the cycle. Let's go to chapter 13. The Israelites again did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord gave them into the hands of the Philistines for 4 years, for a generation. That's normal. But there's something missing right here. There was a certain man of the tribe of Dan, whose name was Manoah. His wife was there, having born their children. This is the judge. This is the one who's going to deliver them, but there's something in the middle that's missing. They stopped asking for help. It got me so bad, they stopped asking for things to be better. You know it's bad, and you just don't realize how bad it's gotten if you don't even ask for it to get better. I can imagine if people can relate to that. You go back to the well and you don't even realize that the well is empty, that your soul is bankrupt, and you're not even asking for help anymore. It happens to each and every one of us. You don't realize it's gotten that bad until you realize you're not even asking things to be better. At least it's separate. Let me show you this video. It's a video of some teenage girls in a parking lot. I think the parking lot is for a Target. And take a look at what these teenage girls are doing in this shopping cart. Okay, so they're in the shopping cart, spinning around. Okay, play one more time. So they're just spinning around and going around this little circle. Just having a good old time, as many do on a Friday night. Target parking lot, just get in there with your friends, spin around. But what no one imagines when you get into a Target shopping cart and spin yourself around with your friends is that you would ever get stuck. Like you couldn't get out. Like you were stuck in there with your friend, and so this is what happens next. You have to call the firefighters. Stuck. It's not easy to ask for help.